Hello everybody, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for everything Royal Caribbean related. Happy Monday, guys. We're back in the home studio, hanging out, talking with you guys about the most important thing in the whole wide world, which of course is going on a Royal Caribbean cruise. And we're going to see how many cruise questions can I answer today with you guys in here. We got all our friends joining us here. Baby Jugs is our first chatter in. Jose Pena is here as well. We got Zach, we got Ryan. Sequoia Williams is back. Welcome, guys. We are back home after a awesome 9 nights on Oasis of the Seas. Many of you guys probably were following along on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, my adventures on there. And we're back home, and we're hanging out with you. But, you know, before we answer, like, all these great Royal Caribbean cruise questions, I got to start off with the most important question, which is how many days until your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type your countdown in chat right now. Let's count down together. Mindy Ditton at 20 days till their next cruise. I like it. Happy Monday, guys. Hello, Christine O'Neill in the house. Welcome, Christine. Ricardo going on your 8th cruise. Nice. Prodigy, hello. Demia, welcome. Ron Ladowski is in the house. What's up, Ron? We've got Matt M, great name. Dina is here. Glenn M. Allen, 14 days. Ricardo, 38 days. Jose Payne at 186 days till we get to go to Alaska on Ovation of the Seas. Ryan Harris says, we back, baby. Woo! Missed you, dude. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Good to be back. I mean, look, I love being on a cruise ship, but it's nice being home. It's nice being back in the studio. And more importantly, having a reliable internet to talk to you guys about Royal Caribbean. You know what, guys? Let's answer as many questions as we can here this week. So if you have a cruise question, let's answer it. Starting with Minnie Superwoman, who wants to know, does Majesty of the Seas have free Wi-Fi? It does not. There is no free Wi-Fi access on any Royal Caribbean ship. You have to pay for it. There are, for the Wi-Fi packages, you can purchase a package for the duration of your cruise or purchase 24-hour passes. Xavier, what's next if they don't go to Puerto Rico sailing from Miami with Oasis? Dude, that story's fake news, Xavier. It wasn't accurate. We posted the real news at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Not to worry. Chosen One wants to know, how do I sneak alcohol onto a cruise ship? The answer is you don't. You don't. It's against the rules. And first and foremost, I'm not going to be giving any kind of advice or tips for how to break the rules. It is what it is. You don't have to go on a cruise. You don't have to drink alcohol. But if you want to use it, get a drink package. It's so much easier, so much better. It's the way to go about it. Jay Tizzle wants to know, how is Voom internet? You know, it works fine for web surfing, social media, most things. When you get to video streaming, whether you're downloading, watching, or uploading, that's when you can really run into some issues there. They said Online Majesty was the only cruise with free Wi-Fi. You know what, Mini Superwoman? First of all, you don't have to type in all caps. But second of all, when originally there was a point in which Majesty was supposed to have complimentary internet access, but that's not the case anymore. It never actually ended up being the case, I should say. But if you are using the app, like you want to use Royal Caribbean's app, not like you don't want to like browse the internet and go to like bestbuy.com. You just want to use the app. You can use the app without any internet access. So I want to make sure that's very clear. Tracy wants to know, is there laundry facilities on Symphony of the Seas? There is not. If you want to do laundry on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, any cruise ship on Royal Caribbean's fleet, you're either sending it out for dry cleaning, which costs money, or you're doing it by yourself with maybe some single-use detergent packets in your stateroom bathroom. Campbell Soup wants to know, how is Costa Maya? Great little spot over there. Some Mayan ruins, great beach spots there. It's a great beach day. 12th Man Proud, what types of meats do they have in the Windjammer? All the meats, my friend. It's not like an Arby's slogan. They really do have a lot of meats. I mean, they'll have a rotating selection of fresh sliced meat, but you'll also have a lot of other varieties as well. Liam, where is the longest cruise to go to? You know, on Royal Caribbean, if you want to do the longest possible sailing, you're really talking about repositioning cruises. Cruises that begin in one port, end in another port, usually when the ship is trying to get from region A to region B. Like, you know, when the cruise ships go from Australia to North America or vice versa. Ryan Harris says, Brilliance of the Seas have the freestyle machines. I don't believe so. No worries, Mini Superman, about the caps. All good. Glad to have you here. How do you contact other cruisers without using the internet access, says Prague? Great question. You can leave voicemails on their stateroom phones. That's the old school way of doing it. Some guests like to bring on either dry erase boards that they put on their stateroom door, or perhaps they use Post-it notes. Those are other ways as well. Raphael, is there a lobster night on Oasis of the Seas? Yes, Raphael, the second formal night is lobster night there. Glenn, how much to park at Terminal A? Where's my receipt from yesterday? It was $154 divided by 7, I think. Whatever that works out to. I was charged $154 for 7 nights, really 6 days, 21 hours, 15 minutes, so 7 days. You do the math at home. Bruce, why were Royal Caribbean's Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales so bad? They weren't bad. You know what the reality was? There was a lot of hype online about it. Royal Caribbean wasn't going, hey guys, it's me, the best sale ever. I feel like a lot of people online were really hyping the Black Friday sales, and just like any promotion that's out there, whether it's Black Friday, July 4th, Labor Day, middle of February, guys, there is not one promotion that greatly benefits everybody. Now you may argue that in the years past, they had more lucrative deals for Black Friday. That's fair, but it's not to say they're bad. I mean, everyone benefits differently from sales. In my experience, there is never one promotion, one sale in which everybody saves money. It's one of those things, it's a game you got to play. And my advice, if you're looking at the best possible deal on a cruise, is do not try to time sales. Don't sit there and be like, well, there's another holiday coming up here in a couple months. I'm going to try to lock in a price then. It's really a mistake to do it. What you want to be doing instead is when you know you want to book a cruise, when you know you want to book a drink package, when you know you want to book a short excursion or internet or anything, book it now. Lock in that price and then take advantage of price drops later on. Laura O'Donnell, the pride of Kansas City, is here. Laura wants to know, do you need to make a reservation at the Solarium Bistro for breakfast? No, Laura, you do not. The only time you need to make a reservation is for dinner. Homeless Whale, if I pre-purchase my excursions, do I need to print them at home or do I pick them up somewhere on the ship going on Oasis? Good question. No, nothing for you to do in advance. You book the excursion, awesome. You know I'm a big fan of pre-booking. When you get on board the ship, you should have tickets waiting in your stateroom for your excursion. Adam Rothschild is here. I loved your article about the top 10 things about Oasis of the Seas. What was your personal favorite? Portside Barbecue, my friend. Love that place. I could so go for a smoked turkey sandwich. 5 Trip wants to know, is Jazz on 4 still on Oasis? Absolutely, yes. Is there a lobster in the buffet? Sometimes there is, Paul Somerville. Not every night, but sometimes there is. Liam wants to know, are there race cars on Royal Caribbean? There is not. I believe that's a Norwegian Cruise Line thing. D Van Den Top just booked, hang on, let me back this up. Just booked Oasis today. Look, guys, I'm wearing my I Love Oasis t-shirt. Love that. And they want to know, is Playmaker's new chicken sandwich same as Coco Key on Oasis? It is not, dude. Different sandwich. The one at Coco Key, way better. Check that one out. Daryl Williams, welcome. Jay wants to know, what about walkie-talkies? I don't recommend walkie-talkies for 2 reasons. Number 1, I think they're very annoying to other guests. Number 2, they don't really work that well because of interference from the ship system as well as metal all around you. Lawrence wants to know, can you receive bottled water with the soda package? You cannot. The bottled water comes with the Royal Refreshment package or the Deluxe Beverage package. Tiffany, tell us about Explorer, please. Explorer of the Seas is a cruise ship in Royal Caribbean's fleet. It's a Voyager class ship. What would you like to know about it? Jay Tizzle, how much is Portside Barbecue? We posted the menu and the prices at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. For lunch, it's $7.99 for a combo deal. And for dinner, you get 2 or 3 meats, depending on what you order. I believe it's like $12.99 or $15.99 if you want 2 or 3 meats. And it comes with a bunch of sides and things like that. John, what was your favorite update they did to Oasis of the Seas? My goodness, there's so many great ones to do. I would tell you, Portside Barbecue is my number 1. Number 2, I think what they did with Splashaway Bay is fantastic for kids. It's the biggest yet. Mine love that. And number 3, what they've done to Adventure Ocean, the complete rehaul of that, really, really impressed by that. Liam, is there a Johnny Rockets on a cruise? Depends on the ship, but yes, there are some ships that have a Johnny Rockets on board. Daryl, you booked the Odyssey inaugural cruise last night. Nice, I believe I am on that sailing. Adam, no, this t-shirt was a giveaway that Royal Caribbean did. Can you share some details on what the 80s water show? Really excited about that one. Oh man, let me change my answer. Hold on. When someone's asking me my top 3 favorites, I changed my answer because the new Aqua 80s show is in my top 3. It's an Aqua Theater show. If you've ever seen one, they're very similar in the basics of it, but it's music from the 80s set to different choreographed dancing, diving, swimming, acrobatics. It's really cool. There are photos of it at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, but I absolutely love it. I think Aqua 80s is the pinnacle so far, the new standard for Aqua Theater shows, because I really believe that Royal Caribbean has truly kind of hit all the high notes in one show. Livia, did you use the WOW band on Oasis of the Seas? Did they work well? I thought I heard they were a little buggy. No, they work extremely well, Livia. I used them. I did bring them. I use the WOW bands primarily, Livia, for being able to get into my room. You know, the annoying thing about them is just that in a lot of cases there aren't as many mobile readers as there should be. So if you want to order something with like a drink or something, you usually have to take it off in order to use it, to pay for it with the WOW band. But I still like it. I like it quite a bit. Marcus wants to go to a hotel in Seattle for an Alaska cruise. I stayed at the Holiday Inn. I stayed at the Holiday Inn Express and the Holiday Inn downtown. Really like those quite a bit. If you go to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com and search for my Explorer of the Seas Alaska live blog, you'll find the hotel there. Christine wants to know, where did Christine? Did you pour out a margarita for Sabor? My goodness. I wish I could have had one of those. I miss it so much. Retired and cruising. Why are they replacing Grandeur of the Seas of Baltimore with Enchantment, same size and class? Because Grandeur is leaving the fleet. So that's number one. Grandeur of the Seas leaving the fleet, and they're bringing an Enchantment in to replace it. Now, why can't they bring a bigger ship in there? Because it physically cannot. There's the bridge. Maybe Christine can enlighten me. I forget the name of the bridge that's over there. It blocks the harbor, so you can't bring anything bigger than that. So that's why they're doing that. Tony says, somehow I see Matt singing along with the Aqua 80 show. I don't know what you're talking about. Danielle OG. Danielle, how are you doing? Danielle writes, how does Oasis compare to your favorite Harmony? It's a great ship, but Harmony's still my favorite. There's a couple things like Sabor, like Columbus the Musical. I also like the stateroom design a little bit better on Harmony of the Seas. Justin Van Pelt going on Oasis this Sunday. Justin, this is going to be the slowest week of your life. Liam, can you bring alcohol on board? You may not, with one exception, Liam. You may bring up to 2 bottles of wine per stateroom. The Francis Scott Key Bridge. There you go. Thank you, Susie. Appreciate that. That's the name of the bridge in Baltimore. Zachary wants to know, think Royal Caribbean will ever try to expand into Southern California? We occasionally get a Royal Caribbean ship here. You know, I'm not sure, honestly. It's a good question. I have no idea. I mean, I would like to see that happen. I think it's going to happen eventually, but I don't know when exactly. Holy moly! We got a super chat starting us off here. Rhonda Broviak with the super chat. Rhonda, thank you so much for your generosity. Really appreciate it. Super chats, by the way, are guys. It's kind of a way you can. It's like the virtual tip jar here on YouTube where you can show your support. You don't have to do it. You're not obliged to do it by any means. But I really do appreciate it. Thank you to Rhonda for that. Let's see here. Brooke wants to know, what level am I in Crown and Anchor Society? I'm Diamond Plus. And Brooke, you'll be on Anthem this Sunday. Love Anthem of the Seas. Just did a sailing with a couple friends on board that ship not too long ago. It was awesome. Holy moly, we got another super chat coming through. Angela Roman with a super chat. Angela, you are way too kind, my friend. Thank you so much for your support and generosity. Really, really appreciate that. ST Drum, have you been on a Quantum class ship? If so, what ship? Yes, I've been on Quantum of the Seas and Anthem of the Seas. Been on both ships multiple times. Love that class. Really, really nice. Chris Epolito wants to know, is the Key worth it? It's a splurge, Chris, just like booking a suite. But if you're not staying in a suite, if you're below Diamond and Crown and Anchor Society, and you were already going to buy the internet anyway, you can make a decent argument to splurge for it, Chris. But I wouldn't sit here and tell you everybody should get the Key. I really don't think it has quite that much value. It's just a nice way to treat yourself. Keith, is it true that Royal Caribbean drink package prices will be going up? Keith, in general, pricing is going to be varying from ship to ship, sailing to sailing. There's not a fleet-wide price, Keith. So I can't really answer your question because I cannot definitively tell you, oh, you know what, Keith? Yes, there's one set price and they're all going up. I mean, you can say, of course, everything goes up in price over time. But generally speaking, the prices will vary from sailing to sailing. So there's not necessarily a fleet-wide correlation to that. I know it's kind of wishy-washy answer, but it's really the truth. 12th Man wants to know, when does Allure come out of amplification? Next summer, my friend, next summer. Aaron, can you bring champagne on Majesty of the Seas? Yes, you may bring up to 2 bottles per stateroom on your cruise. Yes, on embarkation day. Make sure you do that. Is Allure as good as Oasis, Tom? Right now, like today, You make a pretty good argument that Oasis is superior because of all the upgrades you just got, but fear not, because next summer, Allure's turn comes around to get a bunch of new changes and upgrades, and hey, that may change the equation completely. Jeremiah, when would be the best time to buy the drink package? Before your cruise. And you know what, Jeremiah? I'm taking one step further. Buy it before your cruise. Buy it right now. As soon as you know you want the drink package, buy it. Lock in the price. If there is a better price for it tomorrow, next week, next month, anytime before your cruise, you can always cancel your cruise planner purchases and rebook them at the new rate instantly with no penalties. The bigger mistake is to try to time a sale or something like that. That'd be a mistake. Sis Prague, have you ever purchased a birthday package? Yeah, I think for my wife a couple times. We purchased the stateroom decorations over there. Nick, what's your favorite thing to do on Adventure of the Seas? I haven't been on Adventure yet, but on our sister ships, going out to the helipad, enjoying sail away there. Adventure has some water slides on there, which are a lot of fun. And on top of that, you've also got, on Adventure, this is the only Izumi location on the Royal Promenade. Anthony says, how much does it cost for a common stateroom on Symphony of the Seas? Anthony, it's really tough to answer, dude. That's like saying, how much does a computer cost? Well, how much does a car cost? How much does a Ford cost? You know what I mean? There's so many variables in that, and it's really hard to price out. So I can't give you a definitive answer because the pricing can be really all over the place depending on a variety of factors, like what type of room, how many people, time of year, itinerary you're sailing on, and more. Angela, is Anthem getting an upgrade soon? No, the ships get upgrades every couple of years, but Anthem of the Seas is not included as part of the Royal Amplify program. So I think when you're talking about upgrades, Angela, you're talking about Royal Amplify, like water slides, things of that nature. That's not part of the equation. With every Royal Caribbean ship, though, does go through a periodic maintenance cycle, usually about every 5 years. So if they're not getting new water slides and shows, they are getting their maintenance done over there. Lisa, I have a guaranteed room on Harmony of the Seas. I now can start checking in, but not knowing what cabin I have, can I print luggage tags without a cabin for my luggage? Not yet, but don't worry. You can, as soon as it's available, you can do so. And you know what, Lisa, even if you don't get a chance to do so because the room assignment comes in way too late, don't worry, Lisa. When you get to the cruise terminal, there are porters available there who will be taking your luggage, and you just tell them, hey, I'm really sorry, I don't have any luggage tags. They'll put one out for you on the spot, no problem. Diana Lynn wants to know, is the WOW band on Oasis of the Seas like Magic bands in Disney? They work in a similar way, yes. They're both RFID bands, and they work in a similar manner, yes. Can you wear athletic shoes in the main dining room, Nia? Hey, depending on the what's it called? The dress code. The dress code is first and foremost is left purposely vague. So I think it's, as long as it's fashionable and you're dressed well, sure, go for it. Can you take shaving razors on? Of course, Alexandria. There'd be a lot of scruffy people coming off the ship if not. Zachary, will the blaster water slide be on any other ship besides Navigator? I don't know, dude. It's a good question. So far, the answer is no. Based on what we know, that may change. You never know. Jess Gordon is here. Jess wants to know, what's the best time of year to cruise without there being any kids on the ship? First of all, Royal Caribbean is a family cruise line, Jess. So you're going to have kids throughout the year. Just the nature of the beast. It's kind of like saying, when can I go to Disney World when there's no kids? Well, there's always going to be kids on board. Now, if you want to have less kids on board, I would tell you should go during a time of year in which everyone is usually in school. Great times of year. All of January except for New Year's Eve, so the rest of January. First 2 weeks of February, anytime in September, really. Usually the first couple weeks in October, the month of May. Those are times in which kids are usually in school and most parents are unwilling to take their kids out of school. And by the way, for all people who worry about kids, cramping their style, I've always pointed out, I think drunk adults are way more annoying than any child I've ever run into. Lisa, which is better at Cocoa Key, South Beach or Cocoa Beach? I don't even mean by Cocoa Beach, Lisa. There is no Cocoa Beach. Do you mean Chill Island? They're both great. I honestly don't even know how to answer that one. Is it no tank tops for men except at the pool? Blackbirds wants to know. The dress code you're referring to only really applies to dining rooms. So, walking around the ship, you can wear a tank top. There's no worries. You can walk around with no shirt on as a guy. Totally cool. But if you want to go to the dining room, yeah, you can't do that. Joshua wants to know, is there a self-service laundromat on board Royal Caribbean ships? There is not. Baby girl's mom wants to know, when you leave your kids at Adventure Ocean, how would you get connected if needed? Are you allowed to bring walkie-talkies on board, and do they work? Number one, I don't recommend walkie-talkies. They're annoying to other guests, and they don't really work that well. Number two, when you drop your kids off at Adventure Ocean, if you have a concern, especially if it's your first time, let Adventure Ocean staff know that. They can give you a deck phone that you can use, but in general, it's fine. Look, bottom line, if there's an emergency, they will find you. PA system works wonders. But generally speaking, you don't have to worry about it at all. Marsha wants to know, what do you think is a good recommendation for tipping cabin steward? Do you recommend tipping them the first or last day? Neither, Marsha. I do advocate tipping. But what you should do instead is use the automatic gratuities. I believe using the automatic gratuities is easier, simpler, and way less awkward when giving tips. You can either prepay your gratuities before the cruise, or you can once you get on board the ship, they'll automatically be charged to your account, and then you're good to go. There's nothing extra to do, no weird conversations, no hey, here's some money, huh? There's nothing weird like that. It's so much easier. I love that new way of doing it. Let's see here. Sophie, I'm back. All kinds of stuff happening on Monday and Thursday recently. When I'm platinum on Rhapsody, my mom is emerald. You should always be at the same level, Sophie. As long as you, if you live in the same house as your mom, which I assume you do, Sophie, you can call it Royal Caribbean. You should always have the same status. You should never be lower than her in status, assuming you're under the age of 18 and living in the same household. Zachary, nothing opened up today. It's going to be this week. We're going to be expecting some new sailings coming out. But we haven't seen them yet. Beth, should I bring my own water bottle on board? I drink water all day long. You certainly can. There's complimentary water on the ship. I personally don't. I know that some folks of a younger than I do love having water bottles with them all the time. You can't fill them up directly. You'll be able to take your water bottle, go right to the spout and fill it up, in public areas or in restaurants. But you can definitely take a glass of water, do one of these things. Absolutely. No problem. Trevor, thoughts on Liberty of the Seas? Fantastic. Love Liberty of the Seas. Divan Top wants to know, is it $35 per person at Portside barbecue allowance with ultimate dining package? No, it's $20. And before you freak out about it, it's more than enough that you need. Trust me, dude. It's very inexpensive over there. Zachary says, is Royal Caribbean going to add more sailings to Coco Key and Labadee in the same sailing? It seems that way, Zachary. It seems like they're adding more and more. I think the answer is yes. From the Future wants to know, did they freshen up the cabins on Oasis? Thank you for solving the bed by the balcony mystery for me. You're very welcome. Certain rooms, yeah, but not all of them. It seems like some of the ocean-facing balconies on deck 9 and 10 were updated. Blackbird, how does luggage valet work and estimate how much it costs in Miami? I have no idea on the price, Blackbird. Maybe someone in our chat knows about it. But essentially what you do when you sign up for it is you drop off your luggage on the ship, and then it's checked in for you in the airport. So really, the next time you see your luggage is when you land in your hometown or wherever you're going next. Zalman wants to go on Anthem of the Seas. What can I expect? Zalman, I don't want to give you hey, it's a great ship and just leave you at that. We have a really great guide to Anthem of the Seas at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Go to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, search for First Timer's Guide to Anthem of the Seas. You will find that right over there. Sam, thoughts on Navigator of the Seas? Booked my first cruise ever for May 2020. Dude, I love Navigator. It's my second favorite ship. They did a major update to it earlier this year. It's fantastic. Yeeter Person Peterson. What's my favorite cruise ship? Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas. RD, what's a good recommendation for a next ship we just cruised on? Majesty. Do Brilliance of the Seas. You'll love that one. How do you get a water bottle from Royal Caribbean, Liam? You buy it. You mean like a plastic water bottle, like an Evian or whatever? You can buy it at any bar or lounge. Vicky Russo, you have 5 days till Adventure of the Seas. Nice. Trevor, if I was to get the unlimited dining package, do we have to eat in the main dining room at least one night, or can we eat wherever every night? If you get the unlimited one, eat wherever every night. It's up to you. Can you purchase one deluxe drink package at a time, or does it need to be done for everyone in the room at once? Shane, if you buy this rule only applies to the deluxe beverage package, aka the unlimited alcohol package. And if one adult in the room elects to buy the deluxe beverage package, then all other adults in the same room must buy it at that time. When you go to Royal Caribbean's website and opt to buy that package, you'll see it'll force your hand to do so. Alexandra, can you do a video on power strips, do's and don'ts for the room? Essentially, don't bring any power strips. That's really what it is. I know what you're saying, but I want to charge my devices, right, Matt? Yeah, that's okay. bring a USB hub instead. But that's the way to do it. But do not bring any power strips. They're banned by the cruise line. Marcia, you don't think we should be tipping extra beyond prepaid for the cabin steward? Marcia, you can. It really depends on the situation. I would say if you feel that the prepaid gratuities were not sufficient and that your cabin steward deserves more, absolutely feel free to do so. But, in most cases, I think it's totally acceptable what you're prepaying in the gratuities for, or whatever the gratuities, the auto gratuities, will cover the, what is to be expected from your room attendant. I will say there are sometimes extenuating circumstances, situations in which the people there do an outstanding job. I'm going to share you a story with you, in which case I overtipped the room steward on purpose because we were on Majesty of the Seas. It was like day 2 or 3, and I was coming back to the room, and I kept on noticing all my dirty clothes were being folded. And I asked my wife, I said, "Why are you folding my dirty clothes?" And she's like, "I'm not folding your dirty clothes." It was the room attendant. And look, touching any of my dirty clothes, including my dirty underwear, is not to be expected. So certainly, that room attendant got an extra tip for that hard work right there. That's above and beyond. But again, depends on your perspective. And it's really what you feel is appropriate. If you really feel like the stay attendant is going the extra mile for you, sure, go for it. Michelle, what exactly is in a refreshment beverage package? Thought there was more than what is posted, like smoothies. Where can I get them? Michelle, good question. The refreshment beverage package is the non-alcoholic beverage package. So it is essentially any non-alcoholic beverage, or most non-alcoholic beverages. Bottled water, virgin cocktails, soda, juices, fresh squeezed juices, premium coffees like lattes, espressos, macchiatos, premium teas, etc. Oscar, just put down your deposit for Symphony of the Seas in May. You picked My Time Dining and saw that 6:30 p.m. and later seating are available. Are those too late to be able to make the evening shows? Actually, no, Oscar. In fact, it's actually the opposite, in my opinion. Traditional dining is usually easier to plan around the entertainment schedule. So I prefer traditional dining. I'm a little biased, Oscar, but it's actually the opposite. It's easy. I find it easier to plan entertainment if you're doing traditional dining, whether it's early or late, as opposed to My Time Dining. Teresa, any recommendations of excursions in St. Thomas and St. Kitts? In St. Thomas, guys, can I have a rant? Can we do a quick rant over here? Is that okay with everybody? Can I get a little angry, a little triggered? Is that cool? Because we were just in St. Thomas, and I had an awful day in St. Thomas because in St. Thomas, taxis don't exist like everywhere else in the world. You can't really, especially from the port, hop in a taxi. I was trying to get to Red Hook, which is an area on St. Thomas in which you can pick up the ferry over to St. John. So we get to the taxi stand in the port area, and we want to go to Red Hook. But because they really only operate buses over there and not taxis, nobody wanted to take us because there weren't enough people looking to book it there. And we literally sat around for 30 minutes waiting for somebody to take us. Nobody did, and I got super upset. It is crazy. So what you need to do in St. Thomas instead, by the way, what they're doing in St. Thomas is wrong. They need Uber in a bad way over there to break up that taxi mafia, whatever you want to call it. It's awful. But if you're doing anything in St. Thomas, learn from my mistake here. It's not my mistake. Whatever. Learn from my experience. Pre-book something. Either book an excursion to Royal Caribbean or have a driver or transportation option available waiting for you. Do not depend on those awful taxi drivers in St. Thomas who run it really is the taxi mafia over there. So, and your other question was St. Kitts, go to the beach. There's also a great train tour in St. Kitts in which you can take a train tour in the countryside. That's available through Royal Caribbean. Propcore Cup Series. Is it a good idea to book a cruise with a third party? I do it every time, Procore. I advocate and always use a travel agent. Use a good travel agent. Trevor, best things to do on Liberty of the Seas, the water slides. Liberty of the Seas is the only Royal Caribbean ship with a tidal wave water slide on board. Check that out. Zachary, will Navigator have longer sailing moves to Port Everglades? We'll have to wait and see. Trina, please tell us about the new Oasis escape room. My goodness, this is the best one yet. So the escape rooms, if you've never done an escape room, it's basically a room, it's a game in which you have a certain amount of time to figure out a series of puzzles and clues that essentially unlock a certain bigger puzzle in there. You work as part of a group. It's a lot of fun, a very different experience. And on Oasis of the Seas, they designed a brand new escape room experience that's based on the Apollo moon missions. It's called Apollo 18. There was no Apollo 18. So it's a fictional mission in which they have a room that looks just like Houston NASA Space Command. It's super cool, super amazing. You gotta try it. It does cost extra, $19.99 per person. I'm telling you right now, well worth it. Keith recommends the 5-star island tour is awesome in St. Thomas. Thank you. Holy moly! A giant super chat from Daniel Ogren, who writes, thanks for all the information. I enjoy it all. Daniel, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. And Teresa Ellison with the super chat. Teresa, thank you for the super chat. Amanda says, how big is the pool? Which ship? Heidi, what is there to do in Grand Cayman, excursions, zip lines, ATV, etc.? Really, I think you're doing probably one of like 3 things. You're either going to 7 Mile Beach, you're going to go swim with the stingrays, or you're going into the downtown area to shop. Those are probably the big 3 things over there. Zip lining and ATVing are not really much of a major attraction in Grand Cayman. Zachary, will Royal Caribbean ever have more choices at the Panama Canal? I certainly hope so, Zachary. I would love to see that. Sam Jones, can you get a free onboard credit from booking on alcohol? What? Sam, rewrite your message so it makes some sense. Can you a free onboard credit from booking on alcohol? I'm waiting for your message, Sam. I'll answer it. Michael Sorum. Oh man, Michael, I know who you are, dude. I just can't pronounce your last name. I apologize. Michael wants to know, are you going to sail Odyssey or Wonder during the USA inaugural? Odyssey, yeah. There is no Wonder. Wonder this is not coming to the USA, dude. It's going to Europe and then over to China immediately. Let's see here. What are the best activities on the Oasis class ships? Oh man, zipline, flow rider, ultimate abyss slide, the aqua theater shows, the comedy center over there. There's so many great things to do on board. I mean, Oasis class ship. I mean, the carousel. There's never ending amount of awesome activities there. The cruise director on Oasis was awesome. Bobby Brown was a great guy. Like him. I don't know who Mike is on Symphony, David, but Bobby Brown is great. Do the ships give tours? They do, Louis, if you can pre-book them before your cruise. They're called the All Access Tour. Costs money, obviously, but yes, they do offer the tours. Robert, is Labadee going to become a perfect day spot? Eventually, yes. Chris, does Royal Caribbean have any more deals coming out soon? Their Black Friday deals were actually higher prices. Chris, I'm telling you this right now. If you know you want to book a cruise, book it right now. Chris, if you live in the United States, Canada, the UK, do yourself a favor, pre-book this, or not pre-book, just book it now, lock in the price. If you're talking about cruise fare, if there's a better sale tomorrow, next month, next week, whenever, as long as you prefer final payment date, you can cancel and rebook and take advantage of that sale. Same is true for the pre-cruise sale, so check that out as well. Holy moly! Sharon Stockman with a giant super chat. Woo! 20 days of counting until we board Allure of the Seas. Super excited. Christmas cruises are the best. You know, Sharon, first of all, thank you for the super chat. Second of all, I'm going on New Year's Eve, but you're going before me on your cruise. So can you take me with you? Can I go with you guys and then I'll go to my next cruise after that? Sam says, all right, I got Sam's question now. Can you use the free onboard credit for alcohol? I got a $50 credit when I booked and want to know what can be used on. Yes, Sam. That makes makes a lot more sense there as I jumble my words. Absolutely, Sam. So when you get onboard credit, Sam, you don't apply it towards like one purchase or another. It's a credit against your account, Sam. Same way, like, you know, if you ever like get a refund on your credit card, what happens? You get the refund, hits your credit card, and then they basically take how much you spent that month, and then they take away the, minus the refund. Same basic idea, Sam, for the onboard credit. And you just essentially, so you buy a drink, you go to the spa, whatever you purchase all goes towards your CPAS account, and your onboard credit will be a credit against that. Does that make sense? Trevor, good excursion to do in Falmouth. You know, Trevor, I just saw an awesome looking one. I've never done it before. It was like the family, like, natural slide. It was through Royal Caribbean, Trevor. That's a really bad description. But I just saw somebody post on Facebook. It looks really cool. I want to try that the next time I go there. But in the meantime, a good fallback is to take a day pass to the Hilton Rose Hall Resort. Yeah, Bobby Brown, the singer, is not the cruise director on Oasis this season. In fact, I think he's dead, isn't he? Or is that... that might be Whitney Houston. Anyway, I digress there. Bobby Brown is not the former R&B singer. Captain Sable MDR, how do you compare Sorrento's Pizza to Connecticut Pizza? Captain Sable MDR, there is no comparing any pizza in the world to Connecticut Pizza. It is the best. And Royal Caribbean Pizza, while I do enjoy it, is not anywhere near Connecticut Pizza, sir. Bring those expectations down a lot. Nothing even close there. Paul, any good excursions for St. George's Island in Bermuda? Well, you're not in St. George's Island, just part of Bermuda. But in Bermuda, you're talking about going to... St. George has a great fort you want to check out. There's also Horseshoe Bay. Fabulous pink sand beach there as well. Tony Diaz! Woo! Tony writes, give me a super chat. Fund for cruisers against the taxi mafia. Stay strong, friends. Bobby Brown is alive and well. Okay, it's Whitney Houston who's not so much. Okay, got it. Which is surprising if you know about Bobby Brown about 30 years ago. What's up, Michael Pastor? Welcome. Jess says, if you were platinum and not staying in a suite, would you buy the Key? And what are the opinions on the Key? Would you recommend those for below diamond to buy the Key? Jess, first of all, I would check out. We did a video all about the Key and is it worth it going through this. But I tell you this, Jess, if you're not staying in a suite, you're below diamond, and you're already going to buy the internet anyway, it's not that much more to buy it. But Jess, you should look at buying the Key like you would splurging to stay in a suite or booking a first class seat on an airplane. It's nice to do it, like it's a nice way to treat yourself, but it's not it's not required. I wouldn't characterize it like, oh, Jess, if you don't buy it, you're making a mistake. I think you can mitigate a lot of the benefits that it provides by doing certain things on your own, but it's nice to have. And you know what? If you got the money for it and it's not you fall into those 3 categories I mentioned earlier, yeah, go for it, Jess. I think you'll treat yourself. That's what vacation is all about, I buy the drink package, other people buy the Key. It's all good. Vic wants to know excursion recommendations in Costa Maya. My favorite thing to do in Costa Maya is go to get a day pass at Maya Chan. It's not through Royal Caribbean, it's independent, but I love that place. It's amazing. Linda, excursion recommendations for Puerto Rico and St. Martin. Puerto Rico, don't book anything, Linda. You dock right in San Juan, walk around on your own, explore on your own. There's nothing to book. You're good to go. St. Martin, I would go to Grand Case Beach. Take a taxi over there. You're good to go in that one. Larry Watts, September, a good month to go on a cruise. Sure, it's hurricane season, so keep in mind that there may be some, you might have an itinerary change involved, but it's a great value. But one of the best times of the year to cruise. I cruise every September. Alan Agor, holy moly, Alan, thank you for the super chat. Alan writes, have you ever been to Maya Key in Roatan? I have not. Last time we went to Mayan Princess, which is a semi-all-inclusive resort through Royal Caribbean that we booked. But I've not been to Maya Key. I'm really sorry. Maybe someone in our chat can help Alan out here with what to do in Roatan if they've been to Maya Key. But I have a review, Alan, at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com of the Mayan Princess Resort, if you want to check it out. Heidi Burke, favorite thing to do in Cozumel? Eat. 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 Taking our son and his girlfriend who have never cruised before. I would tell you, go to Paradise Beach, Heidi. Paradise Beach. It's not through Royal Caribbean. You take a taxi there. It's like $5 to get in. It's pay as you go, but I think it's a great value. You'll love it there. Will a boardwalk balcony room be noisy, Felice? Not at night, no. Will you hear noise in your room during the day? A little bit? Yeah, absolutely. But it's not terrible. I've stayed in those rooms. I don't think it's a big deal. Unless you're going to sleep at like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. It's totally cool. But I would not hesitate to rebook those rooms. Let's put it that way. Keith, can I reuse the WoW band on my next cruise? If so, is it free? Yes and yes. Anthem of the Seas, for some reason, on that ship, they give you a lot of flack. They actually said no to me about that. Every other ship, I've never had a problem with reusing WoW bands. So, I would say bring your WoW bands anyway. Are there ever half-day passes to Thrill Water Park at Perfect Day at Coco Key? Trisha, no. They used to offer them when it was first announced, but they don't offer them anymore. So you got to buy a full day pass or not at all. Mr. Matt, welcome. Sophie, is Royal Caribbean not going to San Juan anymore? No. That was fake news. Some news report in San Juan some reporter did not read the full deployment schedule, freaked out, posted something there. It's completely baseless. And Sophie, we posted the correct information at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com last week. Suzanne Turner, have you ever cruised the Southern Caribbean? Yes, I've been there twice, going back again in December with Jose Pena and Christine and a bunch of other friends on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We're doing a group cruise down there. Love it. ABC Islands are amazing. Tiny Otaku, is there, going on a cruise 4 nights, Mariner of the Seas, is there a formal dinner? Yes, night 2, on night 2. Trevor, what is a good excursion for Grand Cayman? Take a taxi, go to the Royal Palms Beach in Grand Cayman. Kim Gelinski, welcome, glad to have you here. Andrew Cody, my grandmother is on Harmony with the same itinerary as me in January. I was wondering if you know where to find the itinerary for Harmony cruise from right now. Andrew, I'm not sure what you're asking. What do you mean exactly? You want to find the cruise compass? Is that what you're asking? Or something else? Taylor, we're thinking of cruising to the Mediterranean, specifically Greece, with Royal Caribbean for a honeymoon. We're debating getting a suite or just a balcony. Which would you recommend? I would go for the balcony, just so you can have more money to spend on shore excursions. Excursions are not cheap in Europe, and they're well worth doing. Save your money, use it on shore excursions. Unless, of course, it's ridiculously cheap to move up to the suite, but don't spend if there's $1,000 difference, I'd rather use that $1,000 for shore excursions. Dimitri says, do you feel the water on the ocean like a little boat on a lake, or do you not feel the boat swaying? That's a good question, Dimitri. Thanks for joining us here. You're going on a cruise in 11 days. You know what, dude? Going on a cruise ship is not like going on a boat on a lake. It's not like going on a fishing boat on the ocean even. These ships are massive. They have stabilizer technology. They have GPS positioning. They will go around poor weather. Can you feel stuff? Absolutely. Look, bad weather can happen. Waves can happen. But I wouldn't really worry about it, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think it's really something that I would characterize, something to worry about, to think about. Certainly, let me put it this way. When I go on a cruise, and when you ask most cruisers who've been on a couple cruises, they will tell you they don't really sit there and think about it all that much, if at all. So, Captain Stable, do I own any shares of Royal Caribbean Shopping and benefit from the onboard free credit offer? No, I don't own any. I don't think the benefit is that great, A. And B, I'm a fan of Royal Caribbean, but I also recognize that investment is a whole different ballgame, and I don't know anything about that. Caleb, what's there to do in Port Canaveral? You've got probably the most popular thing to do there is to go to the Kennedy Space Center. Check that out. It's an awesome place. You've got Cocoa Beach. You've got Merritt Island. Some great beach stuff over there. There's shopping. You go to Orlando. Orlando's about 45 minutes away by car. And you've got the theme parks there. Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld. Lots of shopping. Lots of great dining there as well. Ty, why do you like Harmony better than the Oasis when Oasis is technically newer and nicer than Harmony? Well, it's not technically nicer, and it's not newer. It's been refurbished, yes. But I still think that some of the features on Harmony are still my favorite. And Ty, when we're talking about favorites, we're talking about being extremely subjective here, right? This is about what I find, what I enjoy the most. And I enjoy Sabor over Playmakers. I enjoy Columbus the Musical over One Sky. I think the staterooms on Harmony of the Seas look better. I think they provide way more storage than on Oasis of the Seas. I like Hairspray more than I ever like Cats. So things like that are what put Harmony over the top for me. And of course, both ships have water slides. You get that. Are any other port with an alpine slide like the one in Labadee? Good question, Zachary. Not that I'm aware of. Maybe somebody knows the one I'm not thinking of. Mr. Matty, do I work for Royal Caribbean? No. I have no affiliation with Royal Caribbean. I run RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. It's my own website, but I have no affiliation with the cruise line whatsoever. What do you think is going to be the futuristic and modern wonder of the seas? It's going to be an Oasis-class ship, Happy. But beyond that, it's anybody's guess, my friend. It looks like they're going to be adding some nice things there. We'll have more details as we get closer to its debut. Kara, does the new Oasis of the Seas have the donut shop? No. They got rid of that, Kara. There is Sugar Beach, which offers a variety of ice cream and candy and whatnot, but there is no donut shop on there. Lisa loved Hairspray. I love Hairspray too. It's a great ship. Good morning, Baltimore. Na, 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 na. Chad, good resort for a day options in Puerto Rico. There was only one, Chad. We just used it. It was the Marriott Resort. You can find it at resortforaday.com. I posted in my live blog few details about it. But you know what, dude? I'm going to post a full review of it in the next week or two over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. So keep an eye out for that. But the bottom line is the short answer. If you're looking, Chad, if you're looking to book something, Chad, I would say go for it. I think it's a really nice spot. Let's see here. Best sail away spot on Harmony of the Seas. Probably the Solarium. I think it's a really good... Or up on the pool deck, enjoying the pool party. You know what I mean? Edu, what not to do in Cozumel? All right, that's a good question. So Edu wants to know what not to do in Cozumel. You know what my answer is, guys? I say, don't go to the mainland. I hate to say it because there are some really cool things on the mainland. But that water ferry that goes over there is notorious for making people seasick. In fact, I've never done it because I'm afraid of it. Ricardo, I've not heard about it. I don't recommend any of those kind of weird model things. I don't think they work. I think there's a reason why they're the exception, not the rule. Let's see here. D-Van, on Oasis, what is the spot where Wonderland is on Oasis? Combination of music hall and some new staterooms. Katie, have you ever been on Harmony's loft suite? If so, what was your favorite worst part about it and your recommendations? Yes, I stayed in a loft suite on Harmony of the Seas a couple of years ago for it wasn't Thanksgiving. For a cruise. I forget the exact date. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's Labor Day week. It's a lot of space. I love having different 2 stories. So for me, as a parent, the kids were on the bottom floor. We were on the top floor. It was really nice having separation over there. Mr. Matthew, what cruise ship should you go on? They're all great, my friend. Pick one that works for you financially, itinerary-wise, etc. Procro, would you recommend booking a balcony room that overlooks Central Park or the Boardwalk? If I had the choice of those two, I'd pick Boardwalk. Or Central Park. I like the Boardwalk, don't get me wrong, but I prefer Central Park. So. Jess, what's he doing in Cozumel and Costa Maya for excursions offered through Royal Caribbean? The salsa excursion is very popular. That's a good option there. ATV tours are also a nice thing to do. I'll be honest, Jess, I don't think you should book an excursion through Royal Caribbean. I think if you were to ask me, I say you go on your own, take a taxi over to Paradise Beach. It's really easy. There's lots of taxis. Cozumel is one of the easiest ports to play in, especially on your own. I would do that. For Costa Maya, I guess one that goes to Chacaben, which is one of the Mayan ruins over there. No, Hairspray. Hairspray is on Trina. Hairspray is on Symphony. Grease is on Harmony. Did I say that back? I apologize for saying that earlier. I still prefer Hairspray. Not Hairspray. I did it again. I prefer Grease, the Broadway musical, over Cats, the Broadway musical, on Harmony of the Seas, and I apologize for that. Hairspray is on Symphony of the Seas. Sorry about that. I always get those two mixed up. I don't know why. Did Oasis start to decorate for Christmas? Not when I was on there. Not when I was on there. Armando, my wife and I are Diamond members. We're going on Harmony of the Seas in January. The 5th. My dad will be joining us too. We would like to go to the Diamond Lounge with him. Is it possible to grant him access? Armando, it clearly states in the letter you get in your stateroom from the Diamond attendant, it's only for Diamond members and nobody else. So technically, the answer to your question is it's not allowed. Katie, super excited. My boyfriend and I are going on Liberty of the Seas. Any must-see shows? Yeah, you must see Saturday Night Fever, the Broadway musical. Check it out. And Katie Murphy, that's the show on there. Broadway, Saturday Night Fever. Staying alive, staying alive. Are there 2 different zip lines in Labadee? There is not. There's just different styles of the zip line, D-Van. I know what you're thinking of. There's a traditional one where you sit back, you're like, wee! And then there's a Superman one where you're on your belly. That's the difference. But it's the same zip line course. So. Jess, what are your opinions on the Mayan Princess Resort in Roatan? Love it. We have a full review of it, Jess, at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. All right, guys, I got to run. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining us here. It's been I've enjoyed it. You know I love hanging out with you guys every Monday here on YouTube, live talking Royal Caribbean. And if you're saying, wait a minute, Matt, whoa. I need more Royal Caribbean news, information, fun advice. Well, Jess Gordon, good news. There is plenty more waiting for you at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We've got our message boards up there. Check that out. In addition to a bunch of new blog posts that are being posted there all the time. And we're posting a brand new video on our YouTube channel tomorrow. So check that out. Look for that as well. Guys, thanks again for hanging out with us here. It's been a lot of fun. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy. Do something fun. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. See you guys.